Oh, there y'all are. How you doing? How's it going today? Happy Sunday. Make sure y'all can hear me. I tend to mumble sometimes, a lot. I've been at home by myself all day, so I've been in my head all day. Fun times. How's it going, everybody? Good to see you guys here. Let's see. How's the petition going, Carol? Thank you so much for doing that. That was super, super awesome. Thanks to all y'all. Y'all are awesome. Y'all are great. Oh, man. Hey, okay, good. All right. Okay, I think my internet is fixed. It's been great ever since I got back Friday. It even says like 5 5G whatever, UC. I'm like, "Oh, fancy now." So I pray that I just pray for minimal interruptions. I'm a realist. I told Jason, I was like, man, it's not. It's I'm already like working against technology, right? It's like putting a cat in water. Like, so 260. Oh, I was like trying to think of degrees, miles. Awesome. That's awesome, Carol. Thank you so much. We'll get it to spread. My mom was super, super excited to see that. She was like, oh okay. Sign done. So what are y'all gonna do today? What are we gonna learn? I have just been getting lost in my storage, my phone storage. Well, not my phone storage, my cloud storage. I have like 5 different ones. On our way to go pick my brother up the other day, it was so freaking. That was the worst road trip ever. I was like, I felt like shaking. When you get and they shake it. That's about what it equates to. I mean, I was just like, I'm so ready to get out of here. It was like all country roads all the way up to Alexandria, a little past Alexandria, Louisiana. So I got to see some hills for a minute. And by hills, I mean like barely. More like, and I think it right now too. So I don't know. I don't know. So how are y'all doing? You've been doing that too? Oh, that's cool, Robbie. I mean, that's what I did the whole way there. Just kind of, and I ran across. I'm like, oh, this is it. This is it. I call it Holy Grail. When I run across it, I'm like, that goes in the Holy Grail pile. It explains the belief system to a T. And so I'm trying to figure out a way without talking to Jen. So this is pretty tough, but I just hope that, I get to speak. That'd be great. So I'm just trying to kind of sort things. That's what I've been doing. It's so much. And then you get like, you run across something and you're like, oh yeah. And then you go back down that entire rabbit hole all over again. And then I find new stuff on that rabbit hole travel. Y'all know how it goes. Y'all are all difficult researchers too. We just need fairness, transparency. That's all. We just don't need corruption or any agenda. That's where I don't get it, you know. I don't understand it. With all, this is how I see it. You know, those Tylee, JJ, Charles, Tammy, Joe, Brandon, they all got, well, murdered, and one survived. And I just don't want the courts, or people have already made a mockery out of it. I mean, and by mockery, I mean, Chad and Lori did enough. It's got enough drama, you know? And so I feel like anybody that adds to that or takes away from them, which a lot of it does take away from them, I'm learning. I think that's just a fact of life. So, but it doesn't have to be that way. You know, all we have to do is just keep on. Just keep on. That's all I know how to do. And I just feel like, you know, whenever somebody just, it's like politics. I swear it's like politics. There's politics, religion, and her. It's a Sammy Kershaw song. Sammy Kershaw's from Louisiana, and he sings, "You don't talk about politics, religion, or her." And I get it now. I never want. I could care less. I was like, "What's a Democrat? What's a Republican?" I didn't know. Just whatever. I voted one time, and I was like, "Well, what was the point?" So I've been ignorant, never was interested in learning about it. I see the importance of it now. That's the only way you can really have a voice and make things count. Everything's changed for the good, you know. Learning is good, but I just don't like seeing it whenever everything gets taken away from Tylee, Charles, Tammy, JJ, and Joe, and Brendan. You know, I actually like thought about Brandon. You know, like I thought about, I met him before. I helped him put up a security camera at my parents, and I was like, "You sure you're not from Louisiana, Boudreaux?" Because here in Louisiana, we throw in Thibodeau jokes. Okay, we're like Thibodeau, you know, and anyways, there's of them, and his last name is Boudreaux, and I'm like, "You sure? You sure?" But anyway, cool and just laid back and just super dude who didn't deserve that, you know. And but thank God that he did not get shot and killed. No telling what would have happened, but I was just kind of being really, I guess, empathetic. I am too, Karen. And you know, I was like, I wonder if he like, because I've heard of survivor's guilt or something, and you know, I wonder because it was so it was so I don't know what word I'm trying to find. He was just a stand-up guy. He came in from nowhere, and my parents were in Rexburg. You know, they had just unearthed the children's bodies off of Chad Daybell's property, and Brandon came in and his new wife, and he offered to go, and he insisted that he go and identify JJ. And that's something that Larry really wanted to do. But y'all know, and I know, thank God, I don't think he could have handled that. But, you know, I'm not God. I'm not him. So it just, I don't know. But it was just a real, I guess is the word, stand up thing for Brandon to do. And I mean, once you see something, you can't unsee it, you know? It was just kind of like, in the document dump, there's one picture that is, you know, blurred out. And I mean, I could see, hi, True Crime with Gigi. How you doing? Trace on the case. What was I saying? Oh, I hate this part. Um, oh, yeah, that there was a picture in the document dump that was not covered. Now, Eric told me about it. And so I was like, okay. And so Eric and my fiance have each other's phone numbers just for this is when it happened because I was like, okay, just tell Jason where it is because I'm not going to plow through the documents right at that moment, you know? And so he told Jason, well, it was a hot minute later and I stumbled upon the documents right before I went live too. And it was a picture of my uncle and it was not blurred. And although you can imagine, you can see kind of through that blur, him laying there dead, it's still, I mean, yeah, I went outside. I was like, having to like really calm down. I wasn't expecting it. And those are the things that I try to prepare for, but that's not how it works. So now I just think I'm more traumatized by it. So it's just it. You can't really stop these things from happening, right? But it's just trying to take care of yourself, your mental health, you make sure that you're okay so that when these things do come up, you know what to do. You know what to ask, who to ask, where to ask. Okay, Carol, we'll be right here. I'm glad to see you too, Teresa K. I'm so thirsty. Like, Mom. Yeah, that's thunder. I swear, if it makes this freaking computer, I'm out. So, oh my God, y'all. The other day, it would like, you know, StreamYard. Thank God for giving little stream thingy platform. And so it would like disconnect on my computer, the Wi-Fi would, and then so I grabbed it and I got on with my cell phone. I changed that. Oh my God. I reset my computer like 4 times. Thank God Kathy saved the day. Oh my God. I was like, it just is what it is. I would have had to shut it down. I wouldn't even have streamed it had I known it was going to be that janky. That is so embarrassing and it's avoidable. I can avoid it. So anyways, I hope so. I mean, I just the sooner the better, that way we can wrap our heads around it and move along, adapt and overcome. I don't know. I mean, it just depends to me. Like, I feel like there needs to be a camera in there with a microphone. Just put it in the freaking corner somewhere. Um, I really don't. I don't even like how the court is now. But what am I going to do? It it did. It is so expensive to go there. It is so. I mean, you have to fly back. You land falls this time we did, or the last time I went. Before that, we landed in Salt Lake City. That is a hell of a airport. I was like, holy crap! You got to put on your mall walking speed go walk. And the last time we traveled, I didn't go with my mom and dad this time, but we all traveled the time before whenever Lori was competent. And, it was tough. And then you have to stay in a hotel room. You got to move around while you're there. You got to have a vehicle. It's a lot. You got to eat. Unfortunately, you got to eat. So, other than that, I mean, I think I've been to the Walmart there. That was about it. That and the fence. And I saw Mom the first time I went to Rexburg. We went to what's that other place? The other court at Fremont County. And so she showed me the outside. It was snowing the first time I went. It was beautiful, beautiful, and nothing looked like what I saw from the helicopter or whatever. Thank you. Oh, right. Yeah. I mean, it's big. I don't know how exactly to infiltrate that or make a difference, but it is my it's on my list. It's high. It's probably the top. There's so many things need to be addressed. So it's just like, okay, well, what do you do? You know, do you so, do you just continue to work? That's what I try to do. But obviously, right now, I need to talk because you also have to process all this stuff. Sometimes you don't process it till you actually muddle the words, you know? Thank you, Jen. Thank you so much. And I do, I have merch. We have merch. That sounds so weird to say. It's like I wanted to ask KJ. I know a couple people have suggested it. A Give Me a Break t-shirt for KJ in the race. Give me a break. Yeah. I'm coming, Carrie. Thank you. I'll be there. I will be there, sister. And I know his daughter, she's opened up her home also. It's just y'all are amazing. Y'all are and you know, I remember thinking that I'm gonna plan for and then that's it. That's it. And then Eric was like, no, then we have Charles's. And I was like, oh yeah. Really? You think that's gonna happen? You know, it's like you out of sight, out of mind. It's like I lumped them all together and just not how it works. So this is gonna be a long freaking time. Long time. I might as well go to school right now. I've been thinking about it. I don't know what for. Just maybe go get my mind right first. Learn concentration class. Yes. Right. She's something. She's something. Another address is the emotional health and well-being of survivors and victims' families. Y'all deserve prepaid therapy for life. Right? I haven't seen one counselor yet or anything. This is my counseling, and I know that's why there's a lot of times I'm like, I know I'm not doing this the right way, but I don't know. I'm just sometimes it's so. Actually, this has helped me more than any counseling I've ever done. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not saying I still need to go. Yes, I do. Um, so many things happen at that same time. I'm not making excuses. I'm like the crappiest, like change and stuff. Thank you, KJ. Thank you. You're so sweet. I love you. Thank you. Um, oh, let's see. Counseling. Oh, so we had lost my uncle in July of 2019, right? And then Jason had his surgery, thoracotomy, and the surgeon, after he came out of surgery, he was like, he maybe had 24 hours to live. And I was just like, I was in shock. I think I don't remember much because I was home and taking care of the kids and going running back and forth to the hospital. And Mom and Larry had to fly to Rexburg because the bitch came back red carpet to Rexburg. And so, it was important for them to be there. And then, coronavirus came out right then. I swear I looked with Jason and we're on the pulmonary floor, mind you. Okay. And I looked up at the TV and the corona coming out of Wuhan. I was like, about that? And she was like, no. Had it been like a week later, you think about these things. Had it been just a little bit later in time, Jason may not have had the surgeon that he had, who was really freaking amazing. Because everything was overloaded after that. And so then coronavirus, and then kids were home, and then learning how to do all the Zoom crap. And then my doctor died. My family physician, he died. And he was my doctor's team. That was a loss. It's still a loss. I still grieve him. um, so that happened. And then my dad died in April of, wait, no. That's 20. And then the kids were unearthed June 9th, 2020. Then, okay, Trauma Tour 2020, right? Then Hurricane Laura. We evacuated. And I actually just ran across the pictures there. I was just like, oh my God. I need to show y'all them. They're horrible. It just looked like a bunch of wood piles everywhere. It was so overwhelming. And because whenever I while we were evacuated, my best friend of since I was 7, so a long time, 37, 38 years, my best friend, they came and stayed with us at my uncle, on their way back into, and I could just tell when I saw Terry, my best friend, she had post-traumatic. She was just box, and I was like, oh, okay, is that? And so I don't know if that's a thing, but yeah, I definitely recognize, what I had been feeling like to her before that. Then the hurricanes came because there was Laura, and then it knocked out like 9 of the main power grids, whatever the frick they're called. um, and so we didn't rush home, like everybody was just trying to barrel in, and I was like, I am not gonna fight to go sleep in a hot whatever, no. No, thank you. So kind of toughed it out, and it is what it is. That's the first time we really got really impacted that bad, the one before that I remember was Hurricane Rita, and I was pregnant with my daughter, 7 months, and it was my first half day off. So I was sitting on the couch and I was folding some clothes, and my husband at the time, he was working offshore, of course. And I was like, Mom, because they used to do transportation for for the offshore crewmen. Oh goodness, I don't remember it. I have to go back and look. I do that sometimes. Oh man. So yeah, we had to hurry up and I was like, hurry up and get my husband. Anyways, I nested in every hotel room. My daughter's 16, so it's been a long haul or whatever. So we had Laura, then Delta. We stayed for Delta. Slept in the van. Put a air mattress, generator. Good. Just till the power came back on. That was a wild year, y'all. 2020. I know everybody had a pretty wild year, huh? Oof. And then this case, on top of that, it's just like, geez, I have fought to video it, to participate, to engage, that I can understand what's going on, because I want to be aware, of what's going on. And I mean, the way that I did it, because the things, like I said, the things that I was seeing, the things that people were saying, and they just weren't matching up. You know how you're just like, oh, okay, but it just doesn't feel right. I don't know what you're saying, so it's like I had to go see for myself. And I feel like whenever I went to Rexburg, when Lori became competent, ever since then, I said I felt real foggy after that. I really think I was unindoctrinating myself. Like I was just like, because I dove way down in the very beginning of this. And so I was coming back to the surface of the water, and it's just like, oh, and so just being able to look at the big picture. I didn't really know what I was going through at the now I can say that. Not that I was indoctrinated, but just it's equivalent to that. I mean, I learned so much. Now I'm trying to make sense of it. You do. Yeah. To bash a judge. Wait, I have full faith and confidence in Judge Boyce. To bash the judge is to question the integrity of this case, in my opinion. Yeah. He kind of freaked me out, though, Friday or Thursday. Whenever I could see it. I was doing this back here. Out of all the times I wanted Judge Boyce to do that exact thing to John Pryor or Mark Means. He did it to this dude, and I was like, wait, what's going on? So, I mean, it's going to be what it's going to be, right? I just don't know how. What are we going to do? Get the transcripts? I mean, I don't even know how that works. And they're just going to tell us what they want us to know, right? What she was wearing. Things like that. It is, yeah. And I had somebody write me, she's a I never get them right. A forensic psychoanalyst. And she said, at one point, she said, I need to unplug completely because by me doing this and then coming back and just I stay immersed in it, right? She's like, all you're doing is re-traumatize. You're never healing. So I didn't know that. I mean, this is just me. But it does get kind of scary sometimes, And I see it in my mom too. And I see it in Larry. And that sucks because damn you, Chad, damn you, Lori. They stole so much. That hurts my heart. Because my parents are never going to be the same. I'm never going to be the same. My brothers, none of us are ever going to be the same. It's that ripple effect, I know that I just have to be the most positive, make the best out of it. But you look back and you just kind of miss the way things were. We didn't look as old, as fast, as plump. We're all plump, I noticed. I was like, okay, Larry, Mom, we're all, But, I mean, so, Let's see what Leanne says. I just get frustrated because I feel like there's too many people that have to act not only for themselves, but for the people be advocates, advocating for advocates, right? Yeah, that is true. Melanie, we're still looking for one. Sorry, had to go there. Victims advocate, party of one, please. Oh, Melanie. Oh, felony Melanie. And Sam Willow says, I believe a non-religion affiliated judge would be a better choice. But then you have to question, well, I mean, you don't have to, but that just brought this question up for me is like, I still follow the money. I still look who's in whose pocket. It is follow the profit with an F. That's what I've learned. And so that's why I'm scared to death of Arizona. I'm like, oh my God, it's so not looking great over there. If I had to pick between Idaho and Arizona, it's tight. But Arizona seems pretty corrupt. But I mean, I really don't know. Who am I? I'm not a professional. Well, but there is so much discrimination. There is church and state, and I'm gonna say it: Mormonism any other, there's the evangelical Christians. It's bad. It is nothing but the church in the state. So why not just join the damn things? I don't know. That just came out of nowhere. Probably not the right thing to say, but I never thought about it. I mean, because one's beliefs are going to influence whatever one's job is. Kathy, isn't there a saying something like, something about it's times like tries to mankind's soul? I messed that one up. Me too, girl. Me too. I messed everything up. I'm like, wait, what is it? How's it go? There is a lot of money. Yes. And yes, I get that. I don't know how to say your name. Pat. Let me not try. But I'm gonna still try because I'm not a quitter. Patapsco? I don't know. But yes, I agree. I hate to say it, but I mean, I've seen it. I've seen it happen already. And I know it seems subtle. Not a big deal, right? But then you kind of see other things, and then you have the rogue that comes at you every now and then. They're like, oh my God, it's a horrible. It's, they're just like thing with, whatever they've dealt with from this religion, either dealing with it and or a loved one or however. And so you're like, oh crap, I believe you, but that's not my experience yet. I'm really trying to have faith in just mankind, period, but we all kind of suck, to be honest. We could all do a little housekeeping for sure. Just do better being our brother's keeper, I'm saying this to myself. It just seems like, I mean, screw it. Let them out of jail then. Tell them that. If you don't want cameras, let them out of jail. Keep them over there in your county. Let them hide in the cavity of your rock. Because I kind of feel, I know I definitely can connect with what Larry said, and that's why Trace, what's her name? Oh my gosh, I can't remember her name. Adams is her last name. And so she had given me this, and it's Lori's inmate number, which is 11629, which is what I had decided a while back. I was like, you know what? Thinking to myself, just how much they dehumanized the victims, right? Viola, Hillary, Zombie, Ned, Nick, Eblos, all of them, Phoebe, all of them, every freaking name, every little thing they called them. It was to distance themselves from everyone, from the people that depended on them, for sure, people that trusted them. And to see her just in front of those cameras, she does, like, she's cute. 11629. Inmate. I mean, that's not her prison number yet, to be continued, but I don't even want to say her name. I don't, but then, that's all your keywords here and your tags. This is how people find information, hashtags, and, so everything's Lori Vallow. I used to not know what to write, but I think so too. It's just a way of not giving them the notoriety that that she's wanting, for sure. But I'll give it to both because, they're a couple. So, right? 11629. It came to me, and so my friend Kit, Kit Kat, whatever. She has a small channel, and she has made videos from the beginning, and she cracks me the F up. Okay. This girl is a riot. And so I've been seeing her doing some little some Lori skits. Okay. She picks on Lori and she acts like she's in a, she puts herself in a courtroom or whatever, or a portal. And she has an orange shirt on and it has her inmate number. So I'm going to ask her, because it's been right there, but that's just me getting it to the next thing and talking it over with you guys. But I think so. I think shirts. I don't look good in orange, but neither does she. Wouldn't it be nice to in some damn until her trial? I mean, I heard that somewhere, and I was like, "That's right." It's not like everybody just gets the entitlement until Lori. Then again, if it keeps her competent, bring it on. She did. But I'm telling you, I noticed the last time she looked over and my parents weren't there. She gloated a lot more. I don't know if it's just her meds, or they talked to her, lowered her damn chair. Looked like she was looking at a cell phone too, y'all. And then because she looked at Thomas and she was like, and then he looked down. So I'm like, what you showing her your hoo-ha? Damn, girl. Just saying. Hoo-ho. Yeah. It's gross. It's fracking gross. It's gross. But that is her MO right there. She uses, and we can see it plain as, yeah. Helen Keller can see it. I went there. Yeah. It's like, I was like, well, is he letting her play games so she'll be quiet and be still? I'm sorry. Letting her play some tic-tac hoe. Yeah, that's what it sounded like too. Hey, good day, mate. Had to do it. I did. Yeah, that's what he said. And it's not, people done diagnosed her, so we good. I mean, the world's not waiting, Mr. 420. I'm gonna call him 420. He looks like you could blindfold Archibald with some damn dental floss. There you go. I said it. He's like, yes, sir. It's like maybe he's related to Chad down the road, down the way, because they both like it. Bad thing is Archibald has just a little bit more personality. Yeah. Oh, I was gonna say KJ. Maybe he should play Farmville till he dies. Yeah, she did love her life on the stage. Well, she, you know what? She should be thankful for all the years that she had it too. Who was that one lady? Who was that one lady? Lori reminds me of Downey. I don't know. Stevie Wonder can see it too. Good. I'm glad you have my my sense of humor. Diane Downs. I've never watched anything. Well, I watched one of Paul's videos on her or whatever, but I think Oprah stuff. And I was just like, okay. These chicks are crazy. Crazy. Not like whack. They're just nuts. I don't know. I go on like little rotations of what I watch. I watch. Oh, my freaking nose. I have a little nose hair. Anyway, right? Like I said, so her cheese, they could catch it like a sandwich. Yes. Stop. Just tighten up her damn hanger. Clink. Shame on her. Shame on her. Me and Jason were talking yesterday about victim impact statements and stuff like that. And I was like, I'm gonna have to see what I'm gonna have to do to make sure that what do you um qualify. I don't know. I don't even know. I found that out, when I reached out to a compassionate something over here in Lake Charles. I reached out. I didn't really know. I didn't look at the guidelines or anything. I can't believe I reached out, first off. And they emailed me back. And for me to even run across an email and actually open it and read it, was surprising also. And I read it, and they were like, "Oh yeah, we knew it was a family, from around here, and so sorry for your losses and everything." And then she said, "Well, we can't help you though. It's only for parents, siblings, and grandparents." And I was just like, "Okay." And then I guess it just kind of dawned on me a month or two later, and I was like, they turned me away. Didn't um because it's like I already didn't feel like I had the right to mourn, if if that makes sense. Um, thank you, Bryn. Thank you. It's hard. No, I mean, because you don't feel like you have a right. And then I met a girl named Jen, last name Elmom, and I'm just some of the things you guys come up with, and they're the most impactful, moving. It's like you invented bread. Yeah, I'm like, oh, nobody gets to tell you how to mourn, how to grieve. Nobody gets to tell you. And then that means that I don't get to tell anybody else how they grieve. It's if everybody understood that, then that'd be cool. And that's when I started thinking, it's like, who is anybody to tell me, or why am I even seeking that? So first it's like changing my behavior, because I don't need anybody to tell me if I can and cannot grieve, where I can and cannot grieve, and you know what I mean? Like, there's just no. It's like trying to measure that, I don't know, air or something. I don't know. I'm sure you can do that, but anyways, um, it was just the most empowering sentence. Just nobody gets to tell you how to grieve, and it was so moving, and it has been, and it's reinforcement. Thank you, Bryn Marshall. It's called imposter syndrome, Crusher, and you need to put that shit on your mind. Thank you, Crochet and Bammy. He's right. I mean, but that's just. It's not that anybody told me. I really just never knew. I never knew that. I don't know how to explain that, because estranged from my son for 6 years. That was more tough than this ever. I have to say that, because and he was my baby, and 6 years, and I'm my son who was still breathing, who I couldn't, I would, it's like a rejection thing, and I mean, so many things go through your mind. You like impede on their lives and mess them all up or anything, and you just kind of want to. I don't know. I froze. I did. I should have gone about it different ways, but it is the way it is, and I'm glad that it's not. Yeah. Oh, I definitely felt that when the indictment charges came down, because it hurt. I mean, I'm just being honest with you. Larry had, I think it was Larry, sent the papers about 30 minutes before the public. And I mean, and you just get to a point where you're like, why are we here? Really? This is where we're at? And Nobody wins. Because it hurt. It didn't bring them back. It didn't, make things better. It didn't rectify the situation. I didn't feel warm and fuzzy inside. I cried. I cried like a baby. I'm not going to say I'm going to do that again for anything else, but it just, I cried. That was me. But I was also, dealing with the survivor's guilt or whatever. I felt like my birthday was the day before Tammy's. I didn't even want to wake up. I didn't even feel like I wanted to breathe. I didn't want to. Just, I don't know. What do you call it? Oh crap. Invisible, if you will. I just wanted to kind of Homer Simpson into the bushes there, kind of thing. But I'm blessed to have an amazing community full of God's army. And to have, and our children and our family, even though we're all grieving in our own ways. I mean, and that really sucks too. I just want to go grab my parents and just be like, okay, but I have to respect them, and I expect the same, right? So, but it's like, I also feel like time is just getting away, and it has 3 years. 3 years ago today, JJ was on the, and I watched those last night, and I was like, wait, that's the 17th, right? Yeah. Oh, the 18th. Yeah. My tomorrow. But that's just it, Rhonda. I mean, we all have suffered and experienced loss. And that is what I'm learning. What I'm learning in this is nobody gets to tell you how to grieve. And whether it's a plant that, you grew, and that's your plant. That's your daily routine. That's what you go to and you depend on, and it makes you happy. A loss is a loss is a loss. No matter how you slice it or dice it, it's a loss. I feel like instead of us, maybe, and I don't know, but I just always felt too shame. I guess is the word. Like I was a titty baby if I did. Felt too much, exhibited too many emotions, and so that's just kind of how I am. And I'm a raging, emotional tank. I've gotten picked on about it all my life, I mean, I look back and I'm like, oh, okay, that's why they called me a pouter. I didn't know. And anyways, so I was wrong with me. I always thought that, oh my God, I'm, what, something's wrong with me. Damn right, Alpha Film next team. Nothing's wrong. That's been that there's also the silver linings in all this, right? Because I'm really finding out who I am, how much of a badass I am, and in a egotistic way. I mean that in I'm paying myself a little credit, I'm patting myself on the back because I'm worth it, just like you're worth it. We all are here to survive, not to just coexist. That sucks, The strength that deeply emotional people actually have is inviolable. It's a gift, right? It makes me want to cry, girl. And it's beautiful to be in, yes, in this dark world. Most definitely. I don't want to be on the other side of this because it tends to be the bad side, It is. I'm highly empathetic. I remember being so like, maybe I had to have been like 3 or 4. And I remember when my mom would cry, I would go crawl in bed with her and I would just go Tata, I'd go rub her, I'd cry, you know? Um, and the same thing with my brother. I always took care of my brother. I was very, mother hen, like Tylee. I, I see a lot of myself in her. Um, she was beautiful. She was strong, and she had so many years ahead of her. JJ did too. So did Uncle Charles. So did they all did. Tammy, Joe, none of them deserve this. Oh, thank you, Sam. It's a marathon and it takes work every day. I've done things I hate because I didn't take care of my grief. Right? You're doing amazing. Thank you. I mean, I know, I'm like, I know I'm not doing it healthy. I'm not doing it. I know that, but I just don't know where to catch that snap. It's already, I'm like, whoa, where did that time go? So I am just, I guess, doing it the best way I can besides going and, to a therapist. But I know I need to. I definitely need to. Yeah, I know. Anthony, I know. He's such a sweetheart. Larry is, I mean, I couldn't be blessed with a better father figure, like he came out of nowhere and I was just like, okay, I could relax finally. Um, and I knew my mom was okay. And not just my mom. I mean, I was an adult and I had just had my first baby. And I mean, he's just been a wonderful, amazing man. And he still is, he's still, um, oh, thank you, Trace. I'm winging it. But I mean, I just couldn't ask for a better stepfather. And I don't even like saying that. But I don't try to confuse people either because I'm like, dad, dad, dad. you know, I mean, I've kind of, I have quite a few dads. One day you'll know. It's crazy. My first time I went to counseling, we had to do like a whole poster board of a family tree. And so just to find where me goes, where I go. So I don't know. Yeah, I'm blessed. And but it's also difficult too, y'all. Like seeing, I watched my parents age on the TV, on watching these cases and not being able to be right there. Um, that's hard, it's so far away. And like I said, Jason had the thoracotomy. We had the kids, coronavirus. It just, when it rains, it pours, right? And so that's God's way of saying, hey, not right now. So that's something we have, Jennifer, is, Jason and Larry. They're they're exactly the men that we need in our lives, for sure. Right? Mm-hmm. Don't think about, whenever I was up there, I was like, what if they put some damn essential oils in this room? That's why I'm sleeping. Just saying. um, yeah. Like I know some people are just, most people are really nice, but there are some cucamonga cracker killers. Like on, I forget what movie that was on, next Friday or something like that. Anyways, and yeah, so you don't want to be rude, but if somebody sends over some drinks, you don't know what's in there. You don't know their intentions, and it sucks. All right, signed petitions are at 262 now and climbing. Oh, you are so many hats, Crusher. Honestly, so proud of you. Thank you, kid. I borrow them from you. That is so awesome. Thank y'all for signing it. And if y'all will share the petition link out so that we can have cameras in the courtroom, so we can be there, at least emotionally and spiritually. Thank you, Leanne. Thank you so much. It's good to see you guys here. I know I'm not even talking about what I'm supposed to be. I'm going to have to go change my thumbnail. I just needed to talk. It just happens like this sometimes. I noticed it with Larry too. Like he'll just bap, 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 bap. And I was they're driving, I think. So I wasn't gonna thank you, Jen. I wasn't gonna I was gonna ask, and I'm gonna offer and let I always just kind of do that. I don't ever push it on them. If they want to do it, they'll show up. My mom and dad, like on here. But I really know that Larry likes to do this. He said it more than 3 times. And so um I gotta talk to him and see. And if I don't know if it's good now or what, I don't know what you can say and what you can't say and what you can do and what you cannot do. That's where I struggled the most in the very beginning of this because I didn't know what I could say in public and not say. So it's kind of hard to tell your story when it's tied into everything else. You don't want to, you know, uh, anybody in my family's experience, with anybody else in my family, like let's say grandparents or great grandparents or cousins, whatever. Everybody has different experiences with different people. And so they may not feel the way I do. I may not feel the way they do. So just try not to piss anybody off. However, when it is time to tell your story without telling your story it makes up the whole thing, your dynamics. Oh, thank you, Beth. I always see you in the comments, and I apologize. I always want that, type back and stuff like that. I'm just not that good yet. Yeah, it's on the petition for those who are family and loved ones who cannot make it to the trial. It's necessary. Also for disabled people, kind of discriminatory for them not to have them. I do believe so. I think, was it Kathy that said it? Just basically it's 2022. You already opened them up. Zoom, they have them all day, every day, twice on Sundays. I mean, they even had a lawyer with a cat face. Remember the cat lawyer? Come on. I mean, they have court cases all the time. Lori damn Daybell is not. She's a pimple on Satan's ass. There you go. Dang it, what? Huh? Dang it, my pal just put up a live. So is there any any merch ideas that y'all have? I mean, because it's all to support. Well, I mean, I gotta get to trial, but victims, of course. I don't want it to all be difficult research. I want it to be the level message and justice. I want to make some things that I want to make some pop sockets, stickers. I just buy a bunch of pop sockets. Funny. Anyways, right? You'd have to call Dr. Pimple Popper on Leanne. Anybody ever just watch that and you're like, ugh. But then you can't look away? Sweatshirts? I know, right, Bryn? Because it's going to be like freaking cold. I remember it was like 17 degrees. Hussy Patrol. The first time I went, and I was up there, and I was like, "Mom, stick into the snow," and she was like, "No." I saw it on Facebook or something, and it was really cool. I mean, I was not really. This time. I was not trying to be a dick. I'm just saying, but I was like, "Just yes, put your face in the snow." And she's like, "I'm not doing it." She didn't do it, but it's really cool because it's like those, you get from Spencer's, and it's got like the little, and it makes the profile. I don't know what it does in the snow. I didn't try it either when I went though. I forgot. Mom ran into 2 snow banks too. I just told on her. Just banks of snow. She can't drive in the snow. That's funny. Candles. Oh, Wow. That would be really awesome. That would be super, super awesome. You know what my idea is? I mean, can you hear me? um, this is my, if I could have it my way and just do stuff, my idea for the kids, let's just say the kids right now, because yeah, I can't really go outside the scope, but it would be to buy Chad Daybell's property from John Pryor, go out there with some damn machines, bring it down, okay? Just mow this whole bitch down. And then I just want, I would put some solar panels out there, and I would have a purple light and a blue light shining to the heavens. And that's it. You don't have, just people would know. Purple and blue. Because I don't feel like anything can ever thrive on that property ever again. To live there. It's just something I always saw. As Brandon sells solar panels, so there you go. I'm good at networking also. Just it's always about stuff that doesn't really help me at the time. I think it would be neat because it would be minimal to take care of, and it would just always kind of like the Twin Towers. I'm not, but I mean, it's the significance of it. It's the symbol, and nobody can ever extinguish their light. That's what I'm really trying to get at. Yeah, yeah, like them portals over there in Arizona. Lord, I was like, that's some damn portals. I watched the Skinwalker Ranch I've been avoiding it for 3 years. I was like, that's what's going on over there. Oh, around it, huh, Tina? Well, yeah, I don't want to. Yeah, I had an uncle die in a plane crash because they couldn't get the airport lights to come on. I'm sure that's not why they crashed, but whew, that's why I wouldn't get on a plane forever. I even worked on airplanes just to get over my fear. I sat on an Airbus at the empennage, the tail feather, and I was like, wow. But they don't go anywhere because you're working on them. Stop. It's not focusing. If I touch it, it's just going to make it greasy. I don't know why it's doing that. I just want to look at it. I can't help it. I don't have a rag. I have a t-shirt. Anyways, they're just very bajank. Like, I don't know. I didn't like the ones we flew up on this last time. I didn't get to sit by my mom, Larry, and I just, girl. I was like, yeah, I'm fine. Sat in the middle seat between two people I didn't know. Yeah, that was nuts. But I did it, and I do it because what made me get over my fear of flying was Tylee and JJ. I'm like telling myself in the mirror, I'm like, if them babies can go through what they went through, then you can get the hell over yourself, and get your ass on a plane and go, because that's the only way you're going to get to and fro. And so when you put it in that perspective, yeah, because me flying is not near close to how horrific them dying. It's so sad. I always think about just their last moments. Those really do get to me. I think about them all the time. Oh, Uncle Charles. I have a bunch, really. Uncle Charles, he was just fun. He was fun, very articulate, right? I always thought he was cute too. I mean, he was my uncle, but not like incest, okay? But I'm just saying, and like on my dad's side, I had a fun uncle too. He died when I was 8, Uncle Larry. So he was kind of he would be my Uncle Larry. Oh my God, he would be outside dressed in some cowboy boots, some cut off shorts, cut off Wrangler shirt with a cowboy hat. Okay, that was Uncle Larry. But Uncle Charles, I mean, he moved away when I was, young, and then I remember going. These are just faint memories, though. I mean, they're not very good, but I remember was a flower girl and him and Aunt Kimberly, the one that's a hypnotherapist, the first one. She got the cleavage down to her hoo ha. I was like, oh Lord, I remember. And yeah, so I was a flower girl in their wedding, and then so I vaguely remember that. Then I was there when he got married to Aunt Cheryl, and I loved Aunt Cheryl. I was like 12 or 13. We would just go to Austin every now and then, Austin. And we also lived when I was 8. And then my mom got pregnant with my brother. And then my uncle Larry was shot. And we moved back. Lots of traumatic things have happened. So yeah, we moved back. We didn't stay gone long. I hated my school over there. We did go to a Willie Nelson concert. I don't remember the music, but it was like there was a bunch of mud. It was like this. I don't even know where we were. And because I was 8. And Prince played. And I had a poster on my wall of Prince. And it had like his girlfriend in the back. I would just be like, didn't like her. I was envious, KJ. So I love me some Prince. But I gave birth to my son, my first child. Everybody was all y'all were 1999, and my ass was in the hospital for 28 hours of labor. December 31st, 1999, when the Y2K bug was supposed to just wipe us out. I watched Tom Brokaw. I was like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. I live by all kinds of plants. Scared me. So I envy y'all. There you go. Okay, I'm gonna use that one again. Because I did not get to party like it was fun. So I waited till I got my divorce, then I partied. There you go. Winning. Kidding. Yeah, I hear like I'm not quite sure. I don't really follow it, but on Websleuths I've seen where Trish has I don't remember if it's his Prince's brother, or I don't remember the relation, because I never could follow anything else, and now I kind of can, and I kind of wonder what's going on with that. I mean, Prince is good, he's got the PUSSY control, that song. I love that song. Purple Rain, of course. I love music. I miss music. That was the other day, KJ. You were looking for one about a phone, and I was going to say, Kiss Me Through My Phone. It's a newer, it's not like Blondie or anything, but it's somebody who's in jail. Through the phone. I used to play music all the time. Favorite songs, favorite was Alice in Chains. what not Jar of Flies, was it? It's playing in my head. First. I don't know. I can't sing, but oh, what the hell is it? It's gonna bother me now. And I love you too. Um, I like Coldplay. My favorite, y'all. Oh my god. There's this video that whenever JJ went to when I found out that he was autistic. I am wheezing also. Nice. Okay. I'm gonna pull it up and that way you can just at least see the video. I won't be able to play the song cuz then, you know, off air. But it makes me freaking cry. I used to watch it all the time because it reminds me it's the perfect representation of Charles and JJ Vallow. And just know that I'll tell you, hold on. Drum roll. Okay, think about what you're doing, girl. So maybe whenever y'all I was in my live. Okay. Whenever y'all leave here, just go check this one video out. Let me type it in. Coldplay. Oh, I just gave that away. Oh. The little boy. Yeah, it can be, sensory overload and all that stuff. And so I get it. I mean, I really do feel like I'm on that spectrum, just high up in there. I've taken plenty of tests. Okay, I'm trying to find the one. There's plenty that look, they're not that perfect length or whatever. Come on. And so this song, this song is actually still on my ringtone on my other phone. So every now and then it'll, when it's charged up and somebody calls, I'll hear it and I'm like, because it reminded me of the kids, like when they were missing, and I'd do anything just to have that song come true if I ever find it. It's got to be this one. Okay. No. Shush. I just need it to be quiet. Okay, so you're not gonna be able to hear it, but voila. Crap. He's singing "Fix You" from Coldplay. It's just so touching. I mean, just the song itself. Look at that baby. And they're just so in love with each other, It's just so when Uncle Charles and Lori adopted JJ and then we found out that he was autistic, I found the song and I latched on and I still watch it. So I just always and they're Latino. I don't know if they're from Mexico. Oh Lord, I really messed my camera up. Latin American. I think they're from Mexico. Oh my goodness. I don't know how to make it stop. I'll slap it, me. Oh my goodness. Act right. Get some act right spray. Watch, I'll go disappear for a minute. There we go. That makes it go away. Anyway, so I always just punched in autistic, boy with autism, had Coldplay, something like that. I don't know. It just always comes up. And then I had found this other one while the kids were missing. And it's also another kid, or another boy with autism. And I ran across it while I was looking through this. When I found him, y'all, I really want to find him. Now he's like 20, 21. Oh my God. Talk about cry my eyeballs out. And not because it's sad, or because I'm sad, but because it just goes to the power of God. And God, he is beautiful, and there's nothing more than that. You know, just he was a autistic boy. Um, One day I'll find it. February 31st. Hold on. Hell, I'm just gonna punch it in. Shit. Shoot. Um, Hold on just a second. Said his name yesterday. I want to see if he'll maybe play on, when we have the memorials for the kids. That would be super freaking awesome. Oh, on America's Got Talent. No, that's no. My goodness. Hold on, I'm typing. Here we go. Okay, let me see. Okay, y'all can hear this part, but not once he starts playing the music.
I was asked to introduce Christopher and give a little bit of a
Crap.
timeline on his Christopher story.
Oh hell, I'm gonna just pull it up. This is ridiculous. Share screen, go and get it. Because it's too good. I'll catch a strike. I don't care. It's a Jesus song. All right. His name. Oh, I'm looking at my video. Hold on. Copy. Oh, my computer's running a lot faster. Hopefully it's not making me cut out. Yeah, Christopher. There he is. All right, let me go share my screen. I'm gonna have to stop it, or at least shut it off whenever I'm gonna try to behave.
I was asked to introduce Christopher and give a little bit of a timeline on his life. And
reminds me of JJ.
My composure talking about Christopher's story. But he was born in May of 2011. 2001. Thank you. You can tell let me do better than I have to go back. And his mother was on drugs, Oxycontin and cocaine. And he was a nephew of ours. And we went down to Florida and took him out of the foster care system in August 2002. And he's been a blessing to our family. And he loves to share his gifts. And this March, he was kind of discovered by the union leader and all the local media outlets in Boston. And he's been singing a lot of patriotic songs. But to back up a few years, in 2004, Christopher was on his first mission trip with 8 Days of Hope. At 4 years old, he went down to the front of the music ministry.
He's an old kid now.
They handed him a microphone and he sang.
I think I'm supposed to mute
the
myself.
song he's going to sing tonight. Open the eyes of my heart.
My heart, Lord, open the eyes of my heart. I want to see you. I want to see you. Open the eyes of my heart, Lord. Open the eyes of my heart. I want to see you. I want to see you high and lifted up, shining in the light of your glory. Pour out your power and love as we sing, holy, holy, holy. To see you high and lifted up, shining in the light of your glory. Pour out power and love as we sing, holy, 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 holy. I want to see you. Holy, 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 holy. I want to see you.
It's so loud. Hold on, I muted it, but it didn't mute it on my side. But y'all, when I first saw that, I was like, I ran across it. The kids were missing, and I was, oh my God, I mean, because his story, right? His story about that being his nephew, and Christopher being a drug baby, if you will. Being autistic and singing "Open the Eyes to My Heart," and he's blind. I mean, all these things that he adapts, right, and that I take for granted. Um, it really does open. Yup. And so whenever they found the kids, I was like, you know what? I mean, he's like 20 something years old now. He's in college. But he still sings. He doesn't sound the same, of course, but he does ministry work and stuff like that. So I want to reach out to him and see if he would perform at their memorials wherever and whenever they may be. You know, I've even thought about contacting Lauren Daigle because that song also. I kind of drifted away from the music because I've been cramming Mike Stroud, Julie Rowe, all them fine jazzy people. But it's okay. You know, I break away from it now, at least. But I mean, everybody deserves love. There's nothing wrong with it. I know it's scary. It can be scary. Of course it is. It's a gamble, right? But if you just continuously give it or do your best, you know, it's not realistic to say you're always going to be. But I can fight with Jason and still love the crap out of him, right? But, you know, just at the end of when I saw that in my Uncle Charles's email, and then I crossed it the other day. Y'all know how you run into the rabbit holes all over again? Well, I saw a Reddit post where they said that they were hinting around maybe, and I never thought about it, that could have maybe, you know, what do you call it, plagiarized that as well. And I was like, but that was my Uncle Charles telling that's not how Lori talked. When Uncle Charles decided to take Lori back, and he said, JJ's over the moon. He said, well, we're going home or something like that. And that's because Lori's back. He said, lots. I think I have it right here. No, but I got that fake $1 million bill. Fake $1 million bill. There. I know I have it. I don't do it justice when I just. But anyways, well, I don't. It's somewhere. Somewhere. So, but I mean, I was like, oh no. So what if I'm spreading freaking Lori's message? Love always wins, you know? Oh crap. And I was like, oh well, I'll just roll with it. But I think that that's not Lori. Lori didn't talk like that. We see how she typed L and she didn't capitalize. That's wasn't written like that. It wasn't written like that. She wouldn't say love always wins. That's anyways, I didn't look too far into it because I was like, oh god, you know, but love always wins. And so I don't know. I ran across it reading over, I want to say a Facebook group, you know. I would just kind of go into Facebook, and because it was on, you know, I would run into the case stuff. And it's like I would just go like a little peck rat. And I would just go, and then I would haul off for a couple of days because I'd be down that rabbit hole. Right. There you go. That's good, Rhonda. Straight up. You're right. I win. That movie Big Daddy. I win. So I don't know. And that's when I was searching for, you know, it does. Yeah, I'm sorry. Trace on the case got it. You know, oh no, I don't want to mess my camera up again. Confuse it, poor thing. Inmate number 11629. It's not blonde. It's not a man or a woman. It don't have blown out hair. It don't have It don't get on my nerves. It does, but not as bad. 2-9 just sounds so much nicer, fitting. They can do it. We can too. I just yeah, it good. um, just I guess from when I was thinking about all the dehumanization, that bothered me to my core. Like just the dehumanization that took place. And I mean, I know that we're going to learn so much more, right? What really triggered me the other night with the I love magnolia trees, Kim. Oh, God bless you. I'm sorry you're going through that. I'm sorry for your loss, honey. That's a good idea though. I have a magnolia tree right there. It scares me every morning when it drops those I call them magnolia bombs. um where was I going with that? I don't remember. Yeah. They're they're always with us, I know. That I know. Um this has just been a crazy experience, and I sit there and I never really thought about a victim impact statement until I guess till the trial was coming, and I was like, oh, okay, well, I better get my butt in shape. I got a lot of stuff to do. And I mean, just I kind of put all this stuff on, and um, there's a lot to that, I don't want to write anything to where I'm like, because of you, I learned this and this and this. I don't want to give her any credit, right? Jason said, hey, make sure, he said, sometimes they can give their own impact statement. He said, and they'll go last. He said, we'll make sure that doesn't happen. I was like, right. She's not getting the last damn word. If she's going to talk, she's not going to get the last word. I just don't know. Could you imagine if they just, I don't know the criteria, because like mom and them have a victims advocate. I don't, um, I just want to. I remember I printed out papers from Idaho and I printed out papers from Arizona for my daughter. And I never filled them out or looked at them. I'm always reading other stuff. So, but I want to get ahead of it. That way, for once, I'll be on time. And I just don't know how to really go at it. I was going to in my mind, I was going to break their shelf, so to speak. But because I don't know if it's broken or not. I don't know what's wrong with. I don't know what they believe in besides themselves. But my brother, I talked to my brother Friday, right? You right, Trace on the case. I love y'all too, man. Y'all rock. So, but I talked to my brother Friday when we picked him up from rehab. He had a weekend pass. We're all chunky. It's crazy going on. And so him talk, but I kind of got excited too because I just want to talk about it with my family. But we don't all grieve the same way, right? And I really don't see them that much either. So it's tough. It's kind of tough to navigate around. So I did say this though, and Jason texted me. He was like, but so I said something about, we were talking about Lori and Chad, and I was like, we were counting the victims, and he said 7, and I was like, 7? No. And I was like, okay, well, if you include, I don't know, I don't know the body count. And that's when Jason was like, and I was like, okay, so Jason texted me and said, Mandy. In his mind, I didn't ask because it's, he's going through a tough time. I just don't want to probe my brother. But I guess maybe he's chalking Mandy, which is JJ's biological mother. She died in June, and he counts her as number. He said 7. Well, I didn't question him. I didn't even think. I didn't think about that. You know, I don't know. I just expect his recovery. You know, I don't want to trigger him or anything like that. It was just good to see him though. Really good. He's like my brother never was a big talker. I did it all. But he had talked about doing ministry, which is, you know, he's been in and out of jail. Thank you, Rhonda. Yeah. The night I did that infamous Reddit email, I found out that night, and I stayed in here until I did it. And I mean, that video at the end of it, I cry. Don't even, it comes out of nowhere, and it's just like a seeing me just bust out into tears like that. And I just had to say it, you know. I had to say that Mandy died, and you know, and I go back and I couldn't get freaking portal. I just crack up. So it's just I uploaded that video because it's a perfect example of the difficult aspect of this, the difficult research. It's not easy. It's my way. I'm not saying body, but it's my way. And it is like this, and it is like this, and it goes up and it goes down. Sometimes it spins around, you know. But as long as we're not, you know, we're doing it constructive, and it's life. Life is just like that. It's not sugar coated. You better make it over the bridge, or I'll come kick your butt. You too. Yes. Love you too. My son was born on New Year's Day, like Melanie Gibb. Anyways, and so I always think of that song New Year's Day from you too. I love you too. I like all kinds of music. All right. That's what I was trying to do, Trace on the case. I was like, oh yeah. In my little pea brain, I was like, I'll just get ahead of all the bad stuff. Okay. And I'm going to protect everybody from it. You know, I'm just going to shield my family. Right. That's what I was really thinking. And so I've been kind of, you know, talking things out with Jay. And so I'm like, you know, that was really, I really was kind of doing it for myself. I think I was trying to run ahead and get ahead of everything, because my mom, let's see, there's a Justin Lum interview, and it was like Christmas. There's a Christmas, and he asked her something about the documents, you know, the energy killers, Zilliman them, you know, and they're doing all their bippity boppity. And mom was like, oh, well, I don't know. I don't read them because I can't really handle all that. And she was like, I'm just now hearing that for the first time. And I was like, see, Jason, that's what I don't want to happen. I'm like, I'll just get ahead of it. But you can't get ahead of everything. That's reality. And that wasn't a rational thought for me. But I mean, it is what it is. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I you know, I haven't thought about it since that day. Oh, KJ. Thank you. God dang it. I'm about to drive to Tennessee. Thank you. I'll tell him. He's making it over the bridge right now. Right, DJ? DJ, I'll get with you. I've been like, okay, I've got to, you know, put all this in my brain. Do you that, like, where you're just like, I don't think my brain can handle another piece of it. And I want to know about it. That's the crazy thing. But it's all, I think it all goes hand in hand. Of course, it's all coding. It's all code, y'all. It's nuts because I wasn't even trying. I mean, okay, yeah, the infamous Reddit email. I always heard of. Never did I just sit there and read it. Well, I did a video on it, and that's the one I was just telling y'all about when I found out Mandy died. I cried at the end, but I laughed my butt off too because I couldn't get past Chad makes a portal in Lori's closet. Anyways, so I just happened to be. Just things happen like that. Just things. I don't know what it is. Like it's like a download, like what Chad and Melanie Gibb talk about getting on. Everything just clicks into place. And I was like, oh, the 3 Nephites. Ah, gotcha. Okay. I mean, I don't know the Nephites, right? Unless you're in that culture, then you're not going to know. But I get it. And so then other things. So I was like, okay, I'm writing it down. I'm not going to sit here and trust this or Jason to remember it. He has to remember. So I wrote it down as it was just, and I would just connect another dot. And I was like, holy crap. Oh my God. It's nuts. I heard someone today say, Chad, Lori, phone call. Basically, Chad admitting it was bad. They were digging in the backyard. Mm-hmm. Actually, I made the connection of, okay, when they say happy and safe means safe in their minds. Yes. Code for, yeah, they're safe. Lori said it about JJ. Chad said it about JJ or the kids. It was the kids, I think. And he said it about Tammy. It's all about just breaking their. It's all you got to do. It's all we got to do. Because I mean, I don't know if I don't know how the defense or how the prosecutor. I know he's of the same religion, same background, but I mean, I don't know how far they're going to go into that kind of stuff, And so I don't. It's like I kind of know what the hell I'm dealing with because other than that, I'm just like I don't know what they're saying, So I just wanted to learn for myself. And I have I visited, I don't know how many, countless, and I still do, forums and chat room, just all these different talks. And I read comment by comment by comment. And I mean, I understand it's not to exploit, it's to learn because nobody's being biased. They're stating exactly how they feel about that particular subject at that particular time. And they're not telling me what they want me to hear and or what they think you know what I mean? They don't, it's just, it's black and white, it's for me to sit there and put into a community and then make my own opinion from it, or draw my whatever. Whatever. And then, I mean, it can sway also because there's just so many different things to learn, I didn't know that, and Jen has helped me so much in that part of it, the policy part of it. I didn't know that if it was disavowed or whatever, then that is very black and white as far as that. It's like, nope, off limits. It's not in and everything is very, you have got to watch the words. How it's being said has everything to do with every little thing. Trust me. Because I mean, it's just a little way to kind of work around man's law, if you will. I playing it for anything, but it's just it's fast. It really is. It's like wow, they can have. I remember that night whenever I pulled up that guy from the Young Turks, went over kind of some code, and the church had just released this about how they used to use code talk, the brethren from back in the early days and stuff. And I mean, that was pretty cool. At least I knew I wasn't crazy or that crazy. And so when I played that for y'all, and he's like, Constitution thread. So that's what I say. It's theology, theologic. I don't know the terms yet. I'm trying. But it is very much intertwined. And it's got to be the old Constitution. I mean, you really do have to watch the wording. How things are worded makes a big difference. Because it's very by the book. And I don't know why I picked it up, but there's sometimes, oh my God, there's a video I was working on. I mean, I did it back in April, y'all. I still haven't let it out. And I went over this, okay, my weird freaky stuff behind, but I made a whole slideshow and everything. And it's, I think we met in the pre-existence. Okay. Well, I mean, I have it. I just need to drop it and just get over myself, because I'm sitting there reading it over and over and over. And I'm just like, it's like my body is like rebuking it. It's like, so I'm just very choppy. I'm just like, what? And then I'm like, oh, you just see the whole light bulb. And I'm like, code talk. And it's crazy because talking about a whole conversation. And so that's what I'm saying when Michael Bush or whatever, I talked to you about him, how he does his little symbols and his signs, and what he was saying here and what I was reading in the comments were not matching up. I'm like, what the hell are they getting that I'm not getting? I'm not dumb. I'm not, I'm whatever. I'm not dumb. And so, I mean, I'm just like, what is it? What is it? And then I was like, oh, I see it now. You just, it's crazy to just have to, I mean, not have to, but this is what I've done. I don't even know what it's called besides, am I stalking or learning a culture? It's, I don't even know. It's not even a skill. It's just, I don't even know what it is. Oh yeah, I know, Robbie. And that's only because you got to think of the end games for both parties, That's how I look at it. And you can't stop them all, It's just like, you can only do what you can do and just pray for the best. I don't really, like, KJ, when she said, they don't speak for me. Does not speak for me on behalf of me. And I'm talking about Hellas. But yes, more will be added soon. I'm going to go play and make some 11629. I need to find out what Chad's number is. Okay. KJ says, I'm going to be addressing the issue of Hellas and Judge tomorrow in a pre-record. I'm putting this to bed once and for all. From my view, hope to see y'all there. Love you, Christian night, folks. Thank you, KJ. I love you too. And I'm looking forward to seeing it. Love and value your opinion, your thoughts, your questions. They really just get me thinking, all of us. So thank y'all for just being a soft place for me to land tonight. It was very nice. Very nice. And so I appreciate y'all for that. And I want you to know that I'm here too. I'm here for you too. Teamwork makes the dream work. We don't get out of this alive, right? I mean, it's the truth. And by this, I mean life. So we just got to do the best we can with what we have to work with. Uh-oh, we're in trouble. Joking. But I just feel like we can do more in numbers. There's power in numbers, and Y'all are amazing. Carrie's cousin went missing. I had to go back and watch that just the other day. I was like, I don't remember that. I don't remember. And it's just like something took over me. And I just was like, and miss, I don't sit there and, I don't know. Y'all know I can't do something at the same time, but I don't know. It just kicked in and it was pretty cool. And y'all, the questions were amazing, and I'm glad she was found safe, alive. So that's good. One. Oh, look at my tongue is blue. Does rock. I love it. Thank you, Kay, for speaking openly on this nightmare you're experiencing. You're welcome. I mean, it's just the only way to be. I don't want to sit here and hold it in. I'm puffy enough. Wow. All right, guys. Well, I'm getting a little tired. My voice is too. So just thank y'all for being here. And y'all go check out that all right. Yay. Signed petitions, 271 signatures. Y'all please keep sharing that out, and that way we can have some transparency in the courtroom via cameras, so we can at least watch what Hellas is doing. There you go. We're gonna get through this together. That's the only way I've been able to do it thus far. So sweet dreams to you, Rombo. No more shoe eating, okay? You're like a damn goat. I love y'all. And I'll try and get my crowd together so we can start slamming through some of this. I'm ready to really put this into perspective because it's really eye-opening. It's just a lot. I want to do it right and give it the attention that it deserves. It all goes back to visions of glory. Anyways, which Preparing a People, aka they're now Latter-day Media, they're diving into that and they're doing a weekly Visions of Glory deep dive. Been keeping up with that. So anyways, that turns into Visions of Glory and then all hell breaks loose. So don't read it. But I love y'all. I'll see y'all next time. Love always wins. Arrivederci. I don't even know if that's a